The racist, violent criminal, and drug dealer Junkie James continues his substance abuse into August of 2024. He's so far gone at this stage that he's willing to drink his own toxic urine for low-dollar donations.
The life he chose, Junkie James, lost in the grind, chasing that high, always out of his mind. With secrets he kept hidden in his soul, a life gone astray, out of control. He capped all the time, no truth in this game, getting lit in front of kids, just feeding the flame. Poison in the air, a toxic display, a broken man's path, lost in the fray. Junkie James, lost in the grind, chasing that high, always out of his mind. With secrets he kept hidden in his soul, a life gone astray, out of control. He capped all the time, no truth in this game, getting lit in front of kids, just feeding the flame. Poison in the air, a toxic display, a broken man's path, lost in the fray. Junkie James, lost in the grind, chasing that high, always out of his mind. With secrets he kept hidden in his soul, a life gone astray, out of control. Behind closed
That's fucking
doors,
wild.
his heart would expose.
That is wild,
In the
Cole.
shadows, nobody knows. On the down low, living in fear. Two worlds collided.
No, dude.
Always out of his mind. With secrets he kept hidden in his soul.
Motherfucker. God, no, that's funny.
That's so bad, dude.
You know, seriously, chat. Did anybody else actually wrench like I was? Dude, that was fucking disgusting. I almost threw up. Jesus Christ, man. That was wild.
But remember, don't forget, Tommy drank piss. Tommy drank pee. No, there's no way you could do worse.
No, I don't think it's that bad. I'm looking back at it, and I just had a good meal. I don't taste it anymore. Here's the thing. It was just like a shot of piss. Like, I'm talking like a sip. I feel good, so I got 50 to take a drug test, 50 to drink the pee afterwards. That's a pretty easy $100. Honestly, I'd probably repeat this every single day if I could. If I could, every day I would take a drug test and drink the pee after for $100. Mark my word. If I could, every day I would take a drug test and drink the pee after for $100. Mark my word. Every day I would take a drug test and drink the pee after for $100. Mark my word. Live streamers who drink their own urine on live stream can expect to have the footage to be posted on a .com with their government name, primarily to warn the public that they're a walking public health risk. Yes.
Out of all these women out here that stream, that put content out and do all this weird stuff, Alex is the best at it. I don't care what you have to say about her or what she's done about you. She's done weird shit about me. I love her still. Took me a while to love her again, but I love her.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is, wherever in this vast world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of IP2wikiInfo Live. I'm your hostess, Alex, and before we get started today, just due to me being in a rather celebratory mood, I'm going to have hard cider, just one. There's a current trend, it appears, in place of live streamers taking donations to drink their own urine. And from what I'm hearing, there's streamers who are under the impression that drinking your own urine actually has health benefits and whatnot. There's no scientific data to back up that claim. Not at all. And we're going to go over that today. But let me tell y'all something. You want to know what really happens when you drink your own urine and you're a drug addict who has all kinds of pharmaceuticals and illegal substances in their system? Well, first and foremost, whenever you urinate, your kidneys and whatnot filter out the toxins from your body, right? And once, your various organs filter everything out, it comes out in your urine. And you're not meant to re-ingest that. And sometimes, if you're an extensive enough drug user, if you drink your own urine, you're basically giving yourself an unmeasurable dose of whatever it is that you've been taking. And it's possible to give yourself a deadly dose of whatever it is that you've been taking. So let's just say that you're someone who thinks that they're smarter than they actually are, and you dabble a little bit with fentanyl. Let's say that somebody were to convince you, for whatever reason, to drink your own urine. Now, maybe when you took that small dose of fentanyl, your body filtered out what could have killed you. But now that you've reintroduced the various substances that are what we call fentanyl into your system via the urine, there is a very high probability that you could pass away. Yeah. Absolutely. I'll tell you something that recently happened in the live streaming community. There's a live streamer out there who's under the impression that he has more friends than he does. He's also under the impression that he's invincible, and he's not. There's someone who he believes to be his friend who does not like him very much at all. And what recently happened, and it was a brilliant idea, whoever thought about it or thought up the idea, bravo. Very commendable. But a certain live streamer was donated a certain amount of money to take a drug test, just to kind of get him, familiar with and comfortable with the idea of having his own urine on camera. And then that same group, now he thinks it's an individual who donated to him, but not exactly. That same group loosened him up a bit, and then they offered him more money to drink his urine. Now, this particular live streamer, he's a heavy drug user. Routinely doses himself with fentanyl. And from what I hear, and I could be wrong, but from what I hear, he might start drinking his urine on a regular basis. So that increases the probability that he will overdose via his own bodily excrement. Isn't that interesting? I think it is. But anyway, as many of you know, I do like to research various things. I'm a bit of a nerd. Even though I'm also very popular, so popular that there's quite a few people out there who like to lie about having been with me intimately in order to appear straight or to seem cooler than they are. I don't like when people do that. Most people who have walked a path along the lines of mine, who have worked in the adult industry, we don't like when people do that. There have been people known to kill people who have done such things. But I want to share with all of you, something from a website called healthline.com. And this is an article titled, "What are the risks and benefits of drinking urine?" And you all can find this for yourself on healthline.com. I'll put a link to this in the description below when I have time. Now listen carefully. There's no evidence to support claims that drinking urine is beneficial. Research suggests it can introduce bacteria, toxins, and other harmful substances into your blood, as well as stress your kidneys. Taking a golden shower, drinking from your own spigot, sipping a warm cup of herbal tea. Whatever you want to call it, the practice of drinking urine goes back millennia. Known today as urine therapy, urophagia, or urotherapy, the medicinal use of urine is still practiced in some parts of the world. Yeah, parts of the world that are third world countries where people aren't exactly educated. Reports dating back to ancient Rome, Greece, and Egypt, and keep in mind the life expectancy in those countries at that time were pretty low, suggest that urine therapy has been used to treat just about everything. Yeah. There's so many medicinal practices that people thought were real, but in actuality could kill you. Isn't it funny how that has been over the millennia, since the beginning of time? Today, proponents make similarly broad-based claims about urine's curative powers. So should you be mixing your morning pee into your morning smoothie? Probably not. Read on to learn about the potential effects and detriments of drinking your own urine. So let's just skip down to this heading that says, is it sterile? In a word, no. So if you drink your own urine, you're stupid. And anyone who donates to you, if you're a live streamer, to drink your urine, block them right away, because most likely they do have the agenda of killing you. The myth that urine is sterile is a pervasive and lasting one. Even some doctors don't know that it's just a myth. The myth about urine being sterile likely dates back to a study of urinary tract infections conducted back in the 1950s. During this study, samples of urine that showed no signs of UTI were labeled negative. However, the absence of a UTI, which is caused by an overgrowth of bacteria, isn't the same as absence of bacteria. More recent studies have shown that urine does in fact contain bacteria that could be harmful if ingested or introduced into the bloodstream through a wound. Now, I remember in middle school being taught, don't eat your own poop, don't drink your own urine. But then again, I went to a really good public school, didn't I? Now, what many of you need to understand about quite a few of these live streamers, especially the ones who are, or who at least label themselves white Americans, a disproportionate amount of the live streamers who are white were homeschooled by piss poor, uneducated parents who probably went to school around somewhere between the 1950s and the 1970s. So there's no way that they would be able to properly educate these children that they're trying to homeschool. So you're going to see these live streamers who are homeschooled do all kinds of weird ass things. But look, if you're a live streamer and you're watching me right now, I'm here to educate you. Do not drink your own urine. Do not eat your own poop. Do not smoke your own poop. Do not ingest your own poop in any way, shape, or form. Same thing goes for your pee. Okay? I pee, you pee too, I pee too, but we do not drink our pee too, at least not if we're civilized. Feral people creatures, animals, do that kind of thing. Not civilized people. Not intelligent people. Is it safe? Is it safe? Well, no. Bacteria is in there. Your body is home to many different colonies of bacteria. Toxins. Urine contains waste products that have been filtered out of your bloodstream. Although they're called toxins, these waste products aren't always toxic. However, they're highly concentrated. And when you pee, your body is trying to get rid of these, because if they stay in the body, they do harm. So imagine a person's body identifying what shouldn't be in there. Tells the urinary tract, hey, let's get rid of this. But then what does the stupid, uneducated homeschool brain do? Re-ingests it. The takeaway. Well, I'm not going to read all of it. What I'll do, I will put this link in the description. But again, if you are on pharmaceuticals, if you are a drug user, if you're ingesting anything that you're given a or that you should only take a certain dosage of, and you reintroduce that to your body, it can be deadly. Especially if you're somebody who takes fentanyl, heroin, crack cocaine, that new thing that they call pink heroin, the xylazines, it can happen from that. So let me just very quickly take a look at the chat, and then I'm going to get out of here.